Good morning, dear students. Today we will start with alcohols, phenols, and ethers. So first of all we will do a basic introduction of alcohols, and after that we will continue with phenols and ethers. So as you know that if you have any haloalkane, or you can say if you have any alkane, this is alkane, if you will remove one hydrogen from here and if you will give one hydroxyl to this alkane, then it will convert into alcohol. So this is what we have to do. We have to prepare alcohol, and this is only the introduction topic. So first of all, we can see the types of alcohols which we have. So we can classify alcohols on the basis of their number of OH present. So first is your monohydric alcohol. Monohydric, the name only suggesting this thing that the alcohol will be of in which OH is present only one. Like for example, you have CH3OH. In this you can see as you have only one OH, so this will be considered as monohydric alcohol. After that, if you have CH3, CH2, OH, so in this also you have only one OH, so this will also be considered as monohydric alcohol. But if you will write the degree, then it is a primary alcohol. This is also a primary alcohol. You can take some more example like CH3, CH, CH3, OH. In this, it is the OH is present at the center of the carbon, so you can write that it is secondary alcohol. Similarly, if the OH will be attached to that carbon in which 3 methyl groups are attached, then we can say that this is a tertiary alcohol. So this is a tertiary alcohol, but as you can see that in all these cases only one OH is present. So this is monohydric alcohol. After that, we can check that if we have two alcohols attached, two OH attached on the carbon, 3 and so on. So we can just write it like that in polyhydric alcohol. Poly means many, so that is why if you are considering more than one OH group, so that will be considered as polyhydric alcohol. Then for example, if you have CH2OH, CH2OH, what will be the IUPAC name for this compound which I have written? Yes, it will be ethane 1,2 diol. So as you can see in this, two OH groups are attached, so it is a dihydric alcohol. After that, similarly, if you have a compound in which 3 OHs are written, like in this way, OH, 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 it is propane, propan 1,2, 3 triol. So as you can see here, 3 OHs are attached, so it is called trihydric alcohol. Trihydric alcohol. There can be some more examples in the classification of alcohols. Like you can have allylic alcohol. Allylic alcohol, as you know, when a double bond is present between carbon and carbon, and after that you have a single bond with carbon and then OH is attached, then it is called allylic alcohol. So there are two hydrogens attached over here. One hydrogen will be there, two hydrogens will be there. So this is, as this bond is allylic bond, so that is why this alcohol is called allylic alcohol. I'm leaving IUPAC name for you, that you can write it on your own about the IUPAC names. Alright. So next we have vinylic alcohol. Vinylic alcohol. So in vinylic alcohol, you can write CH2 double bond CH single bond OH. But if you can see that if you will write the name of this compound, it is ethenol. So it is enol, and enol is very unstable. So enol cannot remain in this state. So what we have to do, we have to give hydrogen to this carbon and double bond will come here. So if the double bond will come here and if you will give hydrogen to this carbon, the first carbon, then it will become CH3 single bond C double bond OH. Okay, so this is the shifting of this thing is called tautomerism. Tautomerism. So enol is very unstable, so that is why we can convert it into keto form by the process of tautomerism. So here you have made ethanol. This is ethanol. Fine. Then you can have a benzylic alcohol. Benzylic alcohol. So when OH is attached to benzene ring with CH2 and then OH, this is called benzylic alcohol. You can write some more example about that. So this is all about alcohols classification. Let's move on to the phenol. Okay, so phenol, in phenol also you can write in this way. Phenol. When you have a benzene ring and if you will take out one hydrogen from benzene ring and if you will give one OH, then it will convert into phenol. So the formula for phenol will be, this is phenol. So similarly in phenol also you can have monohydric and polyhydric. So for example, if you have benzene and on benzene you have CH3 at one position and phenol at one, OH at one position. So in this you can see that only one OH is present on the ring. So this is your monohydric. Similarly, if CH3 will change its positions, then you can categorize as these are the different types of monohydric phenols present on the ring. So I'm leaving the common name and IUPAC name for that for you all. But for the first compound, I can just tell you the name. This is, what do you think? What will be the formula of this compound? This is 2-methyl phenyl. Okay, or you can write as a common name orthocresol. This is orthocresol. Okay, so there can be many examples. So out of those many examples, these are some examples of monohydric. Now let's consider about the polyhydric phenols. Polyhydric phenol. So obviously in polyhydric phenol you will be having more than one OH group attached on the ring. So like this is one OH, and you can write about this also OH and OH at ortho meta position. Then this will also be the example of polyhydric only. So what will be the common names for these compounds? Can you guess the common names? Okay, so a common name for this is catechol, and IUPAC name will be 1,2 dihydroxybenzene. The common name for this is resorcinol, and for this is quinol. And you can just change the numbering of this OH in this and this, and rest will be same. The IUPAC name will be same for all these. Okay. After that, we can do some classification of ether also. Basic introduction. Ethers. So basically in ethers, it is R, O, R, where these R can be different and these R can be same. So when you have different R's, that will be symmetrical one, and if you have same R, so that will be unsymmetrical one, and if you have same R, then it is symmetrical one. So first let's think about symmetrical ethers. Symmetrical ethers. So in symmetrical ethers, you can give some one name of CH3O CH3. What will be the name of this compound? This is methoxymethane. Methoxymethane. And what will be the common name? Can you take a guess of common name? Yes, you're right. Dimethyl ether. Dimethyl ether. Similarly, if you will write for C2H5O C2H5, then the common name will be diethyl ether. This is common name. And what about IUPAC name? IUPAC name will be ethoxyethane. Fine. Okay. This is a case of symmetrical one. But if you have unsymmetrical ethers with you, that is also, in that you can face some problem, because you get confused that to which we can write oxy and to which we can write alkane. So let me just clear your doubt regarding this. In unsymmetrical ethers, you have CH3O C2H5. So you have to remember this point, that if the number of carbon which are less, that will be considered as oxy, and the another one which is having more number of carbon, that you will take in chain. So the name for this compound will be methoxyethane. Okay, can you tell me the name of this compound? Tell me, out of this and this, which one is having less number of carbons? Yes, obviously this one is having less number of carbons. So you will write methoxybenzene. Common name for this compound is anisole. Common name of this compound is ethyl methyl ether. So this is all about the general introduction of alcohols, phenols and ethers. In my next video, I will tell you about the methods of preparation of alcohols. Thank you.